Hello, everybody, and today I'm finally here to talk about Daredevil Season 1. This came out 2015. It's literally 10 years old. I can't believe it. Originally I did not have Netflix back then, and I probably wouldn't be able to watch this show back then because I was way too young. But then eventually in 2018 or 2019, I think I finally got a Netflix account and I finally watched Daredevil. But then Disney decided to finally cut ties with Netflix and decided to put the Marvel Netflix shows on Disney Plus, and they're on there to this very day. Let's talk about this show with Daredevil Born Again coming out next month. It stars the amazing Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock, Daredevil, a vigilante at night and a lawyer by day. This show is really good in my opinion. It is some of the best Marvel we've seen in a long time. This show changed me because literally it helped find my love for Daredevil as a character. Because after this show and Charlie Cox's performance, I literally went out of my way to try to find as many Daredevil comics I could read, and literally got The Man Without Fear. I even have a Lego Daredevil, and this show does not disappoint at all. There's 13 episodes, not that bad, but overall, for this show, it's easily the best part is Charlie Cox's Daredevil, because he gives, you get the vibe that he is trying to do the right thing for this city. It's basically him versus the Kingpin throughout this whole show. It takes him a while to finally go toe-to-toe with Kingpin, but by the people by his side is what really drives Matt Murdock home. But his side characters is he's got Foggy, his partner for lawyering. We got Karen, who is his secretary. We got Claire, who's played by the awesome Rosario Dawson. But the main thing that drives Matt Murdock to being a crime lord the crime fighter is his hyper senses. Because basically, if you don't know Daredevil's origin, he basically got splashed by toxins after saving an old man crossing the street. And once he got his heightened powers, we see flashbacks of him as a child. We learned how his dad died. And it's meant to follow the comics, and it does really well in this gritty world. If you read Daredevil, The Man Without Fear, you can definitely see the inspiration done from that comic to this show. Because Frank Miller did a great job with that comic of reinventing Daredevil's origin in a more dark and gritty world. But the main thing about this show that people really like is Vincent D'Amaro as the Kingpin. So I think he does an amazing job as the character. You feel the over-the-topness in his performance. He does have character than just being a mob boss. Because usually mob boss characters are kind of boring now because they're so oversaturated with their greediness. But the Kingpin actually does have character. We learn why he gets so much rage because of the way he was raised as a child. It's very dark stuff. Spoilers, he basically kills his dad because his dad was super abusive, and it drives the Kingpin to this very day. Because anytime someone makes him mad, he literally just kills them. Because the violence in this show is really dark. You can just tell. Because when Daredevil's beating up bad guys, he gets bloodied up. Even when he goes toe-to-toe with the Kingpin, it shows how human the character is. And when the Kingpin forms a relationship with the character Vanessa, that's where his rage comes in, where he literally kills a guy by using a car door on him. It's very dark. But he has that animal rage, so it shows his human side. That's what makes the Kingpin fascinating in this show. But the main best thing about this show is the action. We see Daredevil. He puts on like a black mask and basically like strings around his wrist when he's fighting, and he wears that throughout the whole show. But when he gets too bloodied up, Claire suggests that he needs to start wearing a body armor, and he finally puts it on the last episode. So it's nice that they were setting that up. Even in The Man Without Fear, he was wearing that outfit. But his suit looks awesome. I know some people had issues with the costume, but to me, I actually really like it. I like the red, the black. It suits him perfectly. But yeah, when he finally does faces the Kingpin, because throughout the whole season, he's trying to search for Kingpin. Like, he's going to his various allies. We meet like characters like James Wesley, who's the hitman for the Kingpin, who does his dirty work. But he gets killed after he kidnaps Karen Page. And yeah, that's very dark stuff. But the main thing that drives Daredevil to finally take down the Kingpin is where his crimes are going way too far. He's causing bombings. He's killing random people. He kills the reporter Ben Urich. I forgot to mention him. But his character was very good because he's trying to do whatever it takes to expose the Kingpin for what he is. But when Foggy finds out Matt is Daredevil decides he doesn't want to be Daredevil a little too much because he feels like he needs to be Daredevil, but he decides to put his lawyer skills to find a way to get Kingpin arrested, but it just doesn't work out. But after Ben is killed by the Kingpin, Daredevil finally goes out of his way to take him down. I do like the lines where Kingpin said earlier in the season, like, "Ooh, you don't deserve a happy ending." But then Daredevil gets him a taste of his own medicine by saying, "You're right, not everyone deserves a happy ending." But he finally does defeat the Kingpin in a showdown. And Daredevil saves the city. He saves the day from the Kingpin. So, yeah, this season was really good. It is top tier Marvel. Because most of the other Marvel Netflix shows I couldn't really get into. I mean, Jessica Jones was decent. But overall, the other shows, I haven't watched The Punisher, but like Iron Fist and Luke Cage, I just couldn't get into those shows. But for Daredevil, it's easily my top show. And fun announcement, I am hoping to meet Charlie Cox at a convention this March. So that should be fun. I hope it works out. So I'd give Daredevil Season 1 a 10 out of 10. I don't know when I'm going to review Season 2 yet. So be on the lookout for that. So it's nice that I finally reviewed Daredevil. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.